I've always been the kind of person who gets labeled as paranoid. My friends joke that I triple-check locks, sit facing the door at restaurants, and never walk with both AirPods in. For years, I brushed it off as just me being overly cautious. But one night proved to me that paranoia can literally save your life. It happened a couple of years ago when I was working late shifts at a cafe downtown. After one of those long nights, I stopped at a gas station near my apartment around midnight. The place was practically empty except for the clerk, and one guy hanging around by the coffee machine. Something about him immediately set me on edge. He wasn't buying anything, just lingering and watching the door. I grabbed a drink and went to pay. While the clerk scanned my bottle, I noticed the guy had moved closer, pretending to look at chips but staring at me in the reflection of the glass door. It was that prickling feeling, the kind where your stomach drops even though nothing bad has happened yet. I finished paying and lingered at the counter longer than necessary, pretending to check my phone. Normally I would have walked straight out, but my gut was screaming at me to stall. Finally, I turned to the clerk and whispered, "Hey, can you just watch for a sec? That guy is giving me bad vibes." He gave me a serious look and nodded, muttering, "You're not the first to say that about him." I walked to the door and noticed the guy suddenly pick up pace, almost as if timing his exit with mine. That was my line. Instead of heading to my car, I pulled out my phone, stepped aside, and ordered a rideshare right there inside the store. My car was parked just a few feet away, but something in me knew better than to cross that lot alone. The man stepped outside too, but instead of leaving, he leaned casually against the wall near the pumps, staring at the entrance. It was so blatant it made my hand shake. I stayed inside under the buzzing fluorescent lights, pretending to scroll but hyper-aware of every move he made. When the rideshare finally arrived, I darted out, practically diving into the back seat. "Just go," I told the driver before he even had time to confirm my name. As we pulled away, I looked back through the window. The guy was still standing there under the flickering gas station light, watching the car disappear. He didn't chase, didn't yell, just watched. And honestly, that was almost scarier. Back home, I locked every bolt and sat on the couch shaking. My roommate came out, half asleep, and asked what was wrong. When I told her, she said something that has stuck with me ever since. Better paranoid and safe than sorry and missing. The next morning, I filed a report. The cops didn't act like it was a huge deal, but the clerk backed me up and mentioned the guy's weird behavior. That gave me a little validation. Looking back, I don't care if people call me paranoid anymore. If I had brushed off that gut feeling, I could have been walking straight into a nightmare. Instead, I trusted my instincts, stayed where it was safe, and got home in one piece. Sometimes being too careful isn't embarrassing, it's survival.